Hey,
John. Yep, we are in.
Hey.
Nice.
So, this is our first share player one. We got Carlos here, Caitlyn there, and George over there. So, thanks for joining us. Hopefully this is going to be fun. Maybe not.
Hopefully. I mean, probably.
More than likely. It's God of War.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we can make up for it.
So,
the game will pick up any sort of the things that we're missing.
What did you find?
Yep. Just pay attention to gameplay if you don't really like our commentary.
Oh my god,
That's
please.
cool.
I'll keep looking.
See how well we do.
So today's episode is basically going to be Caitlyn and myself, who were luckily enough to be the Become Kratos winners.
More tracks?
And
Yeah.
we cannot tell you how
You're too
grateful
loud.
we are to have won that
You're
and have
loud.
played the games before you guys. So nanner. But we're finally NDA freed, all
Yes.
thanks to John.
Thank you, John.
This
And
way,
we can talk
boy.
about everything we've seen, everything we've done, and George is here to just, kind of banter with because,
They're
George.
I mean, yeah, it was unfortunate to be selected. Super jealous, but I mean, unfortunately, I was not able to know what secrets had gone on. So I mean, you said there was quite a few things that they didn't
Slow down, boy.
tell the audience, but that you
You're
guys
hunting
they did
here,
tell you. What did
not
they tell you
chasing.
exactly?
Yes,
So
Mother.
some of the stuff that we found out was kind of by accident. It was nobody's fault specifically. It was just sort of like you pick up stuff from the studio while you're
How
in
are we
there
gonna get
because
across?
there's a lot of
Step aside.
details on the walls and like in people's moves of where they work. So it
Well,
was.
it all started with
well,
Corey.
Yeah, it did.
And as
Start,
soon as we
that's
walked
true.
in
Corey
there-
did like immediately tell us things that we shouldn't have known.
Yeah.
For those people that don't know, Corey, you're referring to Corey as the.
He's the creative director. Corey Barlog,
Okay.
What
not
are you doing?
Balrog.
Now it's guys up. Only
And
fire.
I think the first thing that we saw was like the entire
fire.
storyboard. So we
Oh
walk
my
in,
god, yeah.
we walk in, and he's kind of like, "Hey,
sorry.
welcome to Sunny Santa Monica.
sorry.
I'm Corey. Check this out.
Yeah,
Here's
we-
the entire game."
We did a quick tour of the studio before sitting down to play it, and one of the rooms that he showed us was a storyboard, and it was a storyboard for the entire game, so there was no context. It was like post-it notes and like 3x5 cards.
Okay.
And it had like words and names, and it was the entire track of the game and where you were gonna go. And we just got to look at that for a little bit, even though it's like hard to remember anything. I don't remember
Right.
anything from it, but we could have.
It's so
in theory.
surreal. Yeah. I mean, there was things that I stopped at, like when we saw the dragon, I stopped
Yeah.
immediately. Like I was
I
like,
didn't. I walked all the way in, and I was like hanging out and watching.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal, but I mean, like, that's so like representative of who Corey is because he was like, "Check out my game!" Like,
Yeah.
it just looks
And then in the
so
same goddamn room, we saw there was something under like a blanket, like under a sheet on the other wall, and it was another storyboard for something
yeah.
that we weren't allowed to look at. So
We shot our shot and asked.
we
though.
did ask.
We're like, "What's under there?"
They
Did
did.
they say?
Business.
Did they give you guys anything? Any type of hint? Maybe God of War related? Anything else?
I mean,
that they're-
I would personally imagine that it's God of War related, but they didn't give us any hints. Anything that we say about that
Sequel
is
to Horizon Zero.
yeah,
speculation.
it's just speculation.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thought is that it would be either something directly like sequel related or DLC related if
Exactly.
they were going down that path. But that's entirely possible that that's completely wrong.
I mean, if it is DLC related, it'd be a pretty big surprise because if they are anticipating DLC, I'm sure season passes would have been a big thing.
I guess
think
so.
so.
I mean, it also could be the fact that they were only planning on going with one DLC, sort of like Horizon Zero Dawn
Right.
did. Because then you wouldn't need a season pass
Yeah.
or run through.
And
I
I don't feel. I mean, personally, I feel season passes are more than likely, or more representative of cash grabs, and I don't
Yeah.
think that Santa Monica would have that image associated with.
Yeah, there is some potential for like actually good service.
do
Like
what
when
we please,
when
boy.
Bethesda did Fallout 4,
Excuses.
they were like planning to do 3 DLC and then they did 6, but they let you within a certain amount of time. They let you pay the original $30
Right.
or $60.
Yeah.
So like there is a sort of aspect of trying to
Can I have my
keep it like a
back now?
good deal for fans.
Can you
But
hit it from here?
Yeah, but then there's also like, I don't know. I'm
We should
thinking
get closer.
specifically Street Fighter.
Mm.
That like, they didn't give you the complete game.
It's also Marvel as well, where you got, what, 10, 12 characters?
Oh, yeah.
Fighting games definitely have the potential to be just really kind of skeezy about it, I guess, right?
We're talking to you, Capcom.
No, I'm not.
Talking to EA.
He does not
Super
represent
cool.
me. EA, a little bit, maybe.
EA so much.
That's
A little
EA
bit,
all the
come
way.
on, you guys know. I also want to say really
You
quick,
guys know.
for anybody watching now or in the future, I am not picking up extras because we're trying to fly through. So don't at me.
Yeah, don't get mad. We're just trying to get through to talk about one of my favorite reveals when we were there.
Yeah.
And
A very excellent battle.
yeah, and we were so excited, but so disappointed that we couldn't tell anyone. I mean, George is one of my closest confidants, and I couldn't tell him shit. So that was literally the word.
I was a little sad. I was like, well, we're in the privacy bureau at home. Just tell me what's going on, you know?
Yep, I kept my word, John. I kept my fucking word.
Yeah, John would have killed us instantly if we revealed anything.
So what was the big thing? Was it the...
We weren't. Yeah, well,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
we weren't allowed to talk about something. Although it's pretty well known what we weren't allowed to talk about because nobody was.
Yeah, apparently that was the embargo that they had on all the press.
Okay.
But that was basically it. It was like, go ahead and play the game, enjoy it. Everyone rated it, 10s mostly. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So at Santa Monica Studios, what else were you guys able to do or view?
So, what was it? After Corey's...
After
After we saw the storyboard, he took us into his office.
He did. He showed us a bunch of extra collectible stuff that was planning on being released later in the future.
Yeah.
He showed us the original booklet that they made when they were pitching the game. It was like a little mini booklet about like this thick,
My God.
but kind of like a thin sort of layout. And as you flip through it, it was like concept art and descriptions and just everything about what they wanted to do with the storytelling through this game.
Okay.
And it was really gorgeous.
It was.
And-
It smelled rich leather. Jesus, he turned the pages like...
Yeah, it was because it was
aroma.
this like leather. It was like a leather-bound book in like a case.
Yeah.
And then he also showed us. I asked about, is there going to be
Still alive.
a version of that for sale, and he said that was sort of what was the precursor to the art book that they were
Right.
releasing, which he also showed us.
Yeah, which he also...
And it was just gorgeous. And he had a lot of like cool collectibles in his office. So.
Finish what you started.
Oh, yeah.
So we all went to PSX. We saw the huge statue that they had in bronze. Was that in Santa Monica Studios?
A version. Sony
Yeah.
Santa Monica has a...
Sony Santa Monica has the original.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Is what they
Okay.
said. Exclusive version. So they will be having other ones at other events.
Yeah.
But what they have is solely theirs.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that they're using that one at PSX, which is now being held on the East Coast. So I'm sure they
No.
most likely... I'm saying there is a PSX going on the East Coast. I'm
Oh,
sure
but
they
not-
took that
Not
statue
the
there.
PSX.
Not our PSX in December.
Oh my god, am I hearing this live? I'm gonna cry.
No. Yeah, I know. Don't do this to me,
There
Sony.
is a PSX going on.
Now?
Okay.
Currently? Like, what are
There
you
was.
talking
It passed a couple of days ago.
Okay.
I believe it did occur in the East Coast. Again, I could be wrong. I quickly glanced at it on the PSN app.
I hope per usual
I don't think they're gonna leave
you are
Los
wrong.
Angeles. I don't think they're gonna leave Anaheim. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. You can't do that, Sony. Don't do it!
I mean, it's all publicity.
Yeah, well, yeah. I thought that the attendance at the one that we went to was really good, though.
I mean, did you
was?
not go to the stores?
No,
That's
my
so-
God.
I didn't go to the store until the very end. It was too
Carlos had
crowded.
us go to the store. We were there.
I heard about
We
that.
waited in line to get in. We then waited an additional hour and a half just to buy something.
We waited an hour to give people our money.
Pretty much.
And it was so knee-jerk. Like, by the time we got there, we were already scoping out what we wanted. And it was like it was so, like, tactical. Like, you, hat, you, sweater, let's go!
Yeah, right, got it all planned. See, I kind of just like wandered in there on Sunday night and was just sort of chilling out and, looked around and took my time.
You know, I do regret on Friday when we went, I saw the Last of Us one. I was like, I want these, but I was like, not for $20.
Oh, the ones that I got?
Yeah, and then it wasn't until like Sunday, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of want these. There's no line. Let me go. And sure enough, both stores were sold out. I was like, yeah, should just pick it up on Friday.
If they have a become clicker, like, picture opportunity at this year's, I'll win it for you, buddy. And here we come, Naughty Dog. Another contest.
I mean, they did push Days Gone, so
And Jesus, how hurt are you that Days Gone got 2019?
How hurt am I?
Yeah.
Not particularly, to be honest. I haven't been keeping up on days. No, okay. So I'm gonna tell you the full truth and nothing but the truth.
All right, as I expect.
I haven't kept up with Days Gone because when it was announced in 2016, I thought it was like a cheap laptop clone.
Wow.
I know. And I'm not saying that that's fair. I'm not saying that that's fair at all. I just haven't been focusing on it.
Okay.
And I don't think it is a cheap Last of Us phone, but it's sort of like, okay, like sort of similar style. It feels like the same sort of, but with like actual zombies, question mark? Instead of a plant virus,
I
basically.
mean, nobody says Last of Us enemies were zombies.
No, that's true, but it's very much in the genre still. Like, I think that's pretty, it's at least arguable that it's very in a similar vein.
Right into the zombie category.
Yeah, sort of like a worldwide infection that ended humanity as we know it. Like,
I myself can't say anything. I did jump into the Last of Us game a little too late. I bought my PS4 last year, and that's when I started buying Last of Us, Uncharted 4.
I feel like there's a big push in that, like, you need to get a PS4. So Sony, hit me with swag.
Sony, I've used your system since I was 3 years old. Please hit me with swag.
Why don't we just
I've
get
had a PS1,
like a little get together?
PS2.
Like, just go ahead and just make it rain.
Yeah. The God of War PlayStation was gorgeous. I was really bummed that I couldn't get that.
I was too.
Yeah.
It was kind of hurtful. I wish there was an opportunity where you can trade your system up.
Very interesting.
It was a Pro as well, right?
Yeah, it was a Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Kratos.
I was trying
Pro.
to give myself an excuse to upgrade my PlayStation to a Pro, but I couldn't justify spending $399. I was like, oh, I'm already buying the Mason editions, $150.
You know, I got my PlayStation in association with Destiny.
Okay.
So it was like, at the time it was extremely special because it was like, ooh, like limited edition Snow White PlayStation. And I needed one, so I like went for it, and I thought it was really pretty, but now it's like, the God of War one is Snow White and also has the excellent design from the axe on it.
Right.
Yeah, all the runes and stuff.
I believe the
Extremely
controllers customized as well, right?
Yeah, I've been looking on eBay seeing if I can get me one of those. Jesus.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Just put them on there for fair price, people. I'll pay.
I mean, hopefully they sell them as a standalone.
I don't think so.
I mean, anything God of War has sold very well. I mean, I remember purchasing the original God of War PSP.
Yeah.
The all-red one.
Yeah. I mean, I would take God of War under ruse right now. I don't really care. Sell them to me, But, I mean, going back to the Become Kratos experience. So we went, after we left Corey's little area and you showed this pitch boat, which was epic. Our boat. Phenomenal. And available soon.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I think
Talk about the leather-bounded one. Okay.
Dude, it's great. Like, even just the outside box is just awesome. The pages are red. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like,
This is all concept art.
Yeah,
concept art. Everything
concept art. Concept art and I think just general design. Yeah. So I think from like like the beginning to completion sort of thing.
Yeah,
I haven't seen all of it, to be fair. I can tell you everything.
I'm trying not to because I do want to pick it up. But, I mean, the artist that we got to meet there...
Graph was great.
He's so super talented. He was designing the statue along with Igor... I can't remember.
I couldn't tell you. I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, but I do remember Raph. Like, that dude was so, like, quiet but intense. Like, he oozed Kratos.
Okay.
Like, and it's the guy who designed Kratos' model.
Yeah.
So you would think that there's a little bit of Raph inside of Kratos. Then I also feel like there's a lot of Corey inside of Kratos.
Yeah, he's talked about that too.
Yeah. He did tell us that,
different about the forest.
well,
And I told you.
after, I guess we can continue the story. Before we went raw, we got to play the first 3 hours of the game, which is where we're playing right now. And this is about where the press demo stopped, right?
No, it stopped by the witch.
Now be silent.
No, I meant embargoed.
Oh yeah.
So this is what we couldn't talk about.
This
which-
upcoming bit.
Got it.
which is I hope
So just the battle itself, or the person we're about to see?
the person we're about to
The
see.
entire thing.
Yeah, this is pretty much where they said, okay, you can't talk about this.
Yeah, you can hint that there was a battle, but you cannot say anything about who it was with, or how it looked, or anything like that.
Which, when we get into the battle, we can talk about what Ruben, who's the destruction artist on the game, told us was the basis of like this is what we want it to look like.
Yeah, Ruben is the lead on all of the destruction in this game.
Director, I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Director
does
of
he get?
Destruction?
I mean,
That sounds like a badass.
That sounds like a badass title. Yeah, I don't know.
Director of
I don't know if he's
Destruction.
director of destruction or lead on destruction, but
Yeah,
he's
I
in
just promoted
charge.
him.
He's the boss of destruction. So everything in this game that is like broken rock,
Right.
or like little pebbles, or like even to the point of like when you hit something and like dust comes off of it, which is a particle effect, it's all related to the destruction team.
Which, and if you really think about it, all God of War and everything Kratos touches
Is
is
destruction.
It's a
destruction.
lot. It's a lot of
That's
stuff.
that's a lot of attention to detail,
Yeah.
especially for Kratos.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, if you've played any of the game, which I hope everyone that's watching has,
Please.
it's incredible. Everything is just so fine tuned.
I mean, if not,
The smoke,
Sony-
the fire.
Santa Monica Studios should release a remastered edition of all three, because I had to go back and unbox my PS2 to play part 1 and 2.
You lost control.
Worth it though.
It was amazing,
Worth it.
but I would love to see the HD
Anger can
version.
be a weapon.
I would too, but you know
If
what?
you control it.
I would be
use it.
okay with someone
You
like a
could
lesser
stop.
studio taking care of that. Let Sony Santa
I
Monica.
haven't studio.
I don't mean it like that, but
I don't know if they would let that
Yeah.
happen. I don't know if they would let that happen. I think that Santa Monica has like a.
they're very proud of what they
Yeah,
own.
they have an
Exactly.
ownership over it, which makes sense.
Come
But
on,
it just
then.
sort of seems like it'd be something that they'd want to
You
do
want me to
sort of
hit?
lovingly.
I want you to
You know?
try.
Yeah, but I mean now they obviously have something that works,
Yeah.
Right.
and I think
Ow.
that they should
Try
continue
again.
down this path because
Yeah.
this is the shit.
They do seem like a
Why
group
are you
that's sort of
doing
looking
Too
ahead.
slow.
Mm-hmm.
Try again.
I mean, you guys saw it from whatever was
Wait,
covered in that
again.
storyboard.
Well, we
Again.
didn't, yeah.
We tried.
I mean, from what the possibility of what that could have been.
It could be anything. It
It
could
literally
be.
could.
It could be the schedule for Corey's lunches. I have no idea.
I could see him having a day-to-day schedule
Yep.
that he completely
Get
misses.
lost in it.
Yeah.
Without that.
It is difficult.
Like, alright, I gotta cover this. They gotta not see how
And
unstructured I
you
am.
would try.
Yes. Do you want to? I know we're about to go into the stranger fight, but do we want to talk about PSX and winning the contest?
Who was that?
Or do you want to wait till after?
I think let's wait till after because
Okay.
we're about to see something.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So this part is really interesting. The sound design of this game is like really detailed. So you hear a bunch of stuff right before the knock on the door that is very indicative of future encounters, which Carlos did not apparently notice the first time.
I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay. I think it's funny. I didn't notice until the second time I
The
was playing.
floor.
I thought personally, go back and watch this. I thought maybe it could have been Santa Claus. He's in the north. He's in the north. He's in the north,
This is
right?
not far enough north.
Think about it.
Okay,
Like,
alright.
would you want to see Kratos fuck up Santa Claus?
He's in the north, not the north.
But he's been naughty, right? Has he not?
I mean, I think I'd rather watch him fuck up Krampus. I think that'd be a better fight.
I think that Kratos basically gets
Riding around by the
Krampus. Are
horns
you
and
kidding
just
me?
fucking.
What's up, buddy? This
So-
guy's my boy.
So this guy is the fucking stranger. This is who we
Tall,
could
though.
not talk about, who we could not mention, but is just every ounce of fucking epic.
He's very, very good.
What do you want?
Is it Jeremy Davis? I got it.
Oh,
I don't remember
It's
his
listed
name.
in the credits.
Yeah,
And
I
I feel
believe
I
it's-
feel really bad.
Yeah, I would say just go with it.
I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say this is Jeremy Davis because I think it
you
is,
should
but
move on.
please don't at me. But he did an amazing job, is the point. It's just like this perfectly slimy character. That was something we talked to Corey about when we just played the game and we were gonna go talk to him for a while. You know, we wanted to know who this voice actor was because he
Right.
does such an amazing job of just being like a real like creep.
Right.
For the lack of a better word.
Yeah, yeah, and so Corey talked about like he had people audition in all different ways, and his like direction for the audition was to make a choice, and he said that somebody apparently auditioned like while they were eating lunch.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they recorded themselves going through the lines for the audition like while eating.
Home.
Maybe he played it as a hungry god.
I mean, I don't know.
The god.
Or maybe
of
he's just a
hunger.
guy that just didn't really give a shit. He's like,
Yeah, there's-
I'm just audition while eating.
I
Like,
think it's a choice.
it is what it is. Like,
Certainly is a choice.
And I didn't.
A choice not to get a second edition.
Well, obviously we didn't know the person that did it or hear the audition, so that's not even like an insult on them. It's just like he got auditions of all types.
yeah.
wow.
So,
true.
and this
You
guy
would
is
not
a
listen.
very, very good choice.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, when we first encountered him, like just right now, we're like, who is he? What's up with all these tattoos? And I personally thought, you know, just, are we gonna, like, no spoilers of whatever you're seeing now, but we all thought, you know, initially, what Norse god could this be?
Oh, yeah. Well.
I mean, he does mention father.
Yeah.
Thor? Is this Loki? I have no idea.
I mean, I originally thought it was Loki.
That's sort of the common guess, especially because the Marvel Universe associates, I might not be able to talk during this, associates Thor and Loki as brothers, even though Loki is adopted.
Yep. So when he does say father, it's like, who could this guy be? But what was your first experience with him, George? Like,
yeah, how was this fight for you?
He whipped my ass a few times.
Okay.
I was able to get through the initial first fight, and then it wasn't until maybe like 2 deaths in, I was like, oh, you could block these attacks and not parry them, but not take a huge amount of damage.
yeah, I mean, it took me, I guess, up until this fight and to die, to realize how to use the shield correctly.
Right.
And I'm just getting used to, because like you said earlier, I felt one like just running in there like Kratos.
Oh, come on.
Exactly. I
So slow.
was going at it, a God of War and God of 2 style, like just hack and slash, you know? But I did have to pace myself and just kind of...
This is a more mature Kratos.
Right.
He thinks about it.
Jesus.
It's an older Kratos is what it is.
You know what?
He can't
Kratos
take the beating that he used to.
He did age like a fine wine, to be real here.
Yeah, he is. And that beard?
This is a much better, yeah. The more human Kratos looks, the better he looks. Let's be real. Oh, here we go. Bye. Thunk.
And the whole time I'm watching this fight, I'm like, how fucking dare you? You know who this is? This is fucking Kratos. Like, you're about to get fucking died.
One of my favorite things about this fight is the transition from combat to scripted, because you hit these scripted moments and it flows seamlessly no matter where you are in the map.
Right.
And I just appreciate like the thought and process that goes into that, sort of having to account for the random.
Yeah. And just the fighting style, you can tell it goes from like Muay Thai, boxing, to like fucking just straight like jiu-jitsu this ass right here.
I thought about this earlier when we were recording, and I was thinking like I kind of want to next time I kind of want to try doing this fight with just this. I feel like it's like a pride thing, like an in-character pride thing of like I don't need the axe to beat you up.
Right.
I'm just gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
And for the most
Exactly.
part of the fight, you're using nothing but your fist. I think the first part is you were using the axe.
Well,
Yeah,
he dodges
well,
the axe if you throw it at him.
yeah. So he dodges the axe. That can make him get close to you, and then you can parry him.
You talk
But there is that whole segment where you're in the Spartan Rage, which is the first time in the game, as you're about to see.
Which is so powerful.
It really
That's like,
Oh, here it comes.
yep. Look at what he does, what he says to trigger him.
I love it.
Maybe whoever it is you've got stashed in that house will.
Ruh-roh. Let's go.
Activated.
Go.
I think seeing this part, seeing the whole fact that they brought back Spartan's Rage, I was just like, yes.
I mean, he's still
This is
Spartan.
epic.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
bringing
like
back
no other
portions
time.
of, exactly.
Straight off
Like, they're bringing back part of God of War 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is the Kratos we know and love.
Exactly.
Albeit a bit more badass, but I mean, look at it, like, all you gotta do is talk about his family in your face. Look at that. He nailed time. Oh shit.
You know, the thing about Spartan Rage, I'm sure I haven't really gotten to upgrade a ton of it yet in the game. I think the thing about Spartan Rage is that it's really the only time in the game that is the most like the button mashing of the old games.
Yeah.
Because everything else you can do a little bit more planned, a little bit more exact.
I agree. But that is kind of, Spartan Rage is primal.
No, absolutely. It's not actually a complaint. I just think it's really interesting. You know, the sort of callback thing that he's famous for is very much like
Brave.
yeah, the same as what it used to be. You know, where you see
totally.
Kratos.
You see Kratos be Kratos. You know, there's no planning, there's no thought. It's just like, alright, come at me, bro. You're done.
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I enjoy using it as a last resort.
Yeah, I try to. You know, I try to keep it for when I'm feeling overwhelmed because the initial impact of going into Spartan Rage is like an area of effect thing.
Right.
Because it gets everybody a little bit away from you, so
Yeah,
it's
just a
really
little stun damage.
yeah, exactly. So like when we're playing one-on-one versus some of like the larger enemies in the game, I try to just be more patient and save Spartan Rage for when I'm surrounded by a bunch of like smaller guys, just because they can really overwhelm you.
Right. That's completely true. This game is somewhat difficult, even on
So
medium or hard.
this is the part that Ruben told us about that was, I guess, pitched as, I want to see a Dragon Ball Z fight. And if you think back to times of like Goku versus Vegeta, like the first fight where they're just fucking going at it, destroying the world, you totally fucking see that. And that's Ruben's work right there.
Yeah, Ruben did that personally, the lead of destruction, or director of destruction.
Director of destruction. I promoted you, Ruben. Enjoy.
But he sort of talked about, when we talked about how, you know, he's the lead, so he has to make sure that the work is like divvied up sort of equally among his team, but that he was able to sort of like keep a few of his favorite parts, yeah.
You're talking about this part in particular, correct?
So this part was actually a team effort,
Okay.
as the Earth crumbling, but the part where he threw the rock and used the shield, that was Ruben.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was Ruben's call to block out
With the shield.
the stranger
Yeah, so that
that he was coming in.
yes, the shield goes up and it breaks the rock, but then the stranger comes right after it. And so by hiding the stranger, it has sort of like extra cool factor.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, I see rock coming around, but here's this guy to come completely karate chop my ass.
Yeah.
Right.
But when we talked to Ruben, this entire combat scene was a huge team effort for everybody on his crew.
Yeah. I believe there was 5 artists that worked on this. That worked on this one.
Yeah, 5 total, which is including Ruben.
In this particular fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was generally the destruction team as well. I can list them, I think.
Okay.
It was, I think it was Cynthia, Kirsten, Constantine, and Quinn.
That's him.
And Ruben.
Yeah.
So I
of
think
course.
this is probably one of my favorite parts that reminds me that Kratos is a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he can just like wipe up. Never has to shower. Those are god.
I mean, I hope he does. Oh God.
I mean, like think about it. He is the Old Spice ad.
The Vikings were apparently very well kept people, so I don't know. Okay, so this attack.
I lost them the first time I fought him.
So yeah, the interesting thing is this is the only fight that I consistently use a lock on, yeah, just so I can keep better track of it.
Yeah, because once he jumps, like I lose track of him. Like, alright, I have to evade and just jump around and getting hit.
Yeah, what I found is that there's
There's a particle effect.
particle effect. Of
Just
when-
like a little bit later on with an enemy that we see.
Oh, good setup. Good
Thank
setup.
you. Nope.
Not today.
Yeah, a little bit. You just gotta be comfortable with the dodge, to be honest. Like I'm trying to use the shield, but you don't need to.
No, you really don't. Gotta be able to dodge it.
I was expecting like that you'd be able to do a quick fall attack once you did parry correctly, but
Yeah, so some of it, I mean, it does do damage, but it sends him flying away from you, so it's a little bit hard to follow the mechanism.
I do see that's something that you upgrade later in the game. That you are able to pull up the parry with a quick attack. I don't know if you guys have gotten to that point.
I don't know if those are spoilers, but I mean,
they're in the upgrade.
be triggered. Yeah.
Well, some of the upgrades are locked off that you can't see until later in the game.
Yeah.
Some of them are readily available with a
Yeah, you can
Some
see
of
it,
them
but you
are.
just can't purchase. So, yeah. I believe no one should be angered at that, and if they do,
Just playing Carlos.
no, just go
They should have-
fire. Build a bridge, get the fuck over it.
Aw.
You said
That'll
early
really-
on.
that'll
You should have
really
said
help.
early on. Spoilers alert.
Oh god, yeah.
There should have been a very clear
Because
disclaimer.
we're all several hours into the game, so it's going to be kind of hard to not, just because of some of the details that you get a glance at in the beginning of the game, like here, and then you get to see a lot more of it later.
I mean,
Like
we'll
there
talk
are,
about it.
yeah, there are some enemies that kind of move like the stranger. They're not the stranger at all,
Oh yes, I agree.
but they move sort of similar to like his speed and precision.
Yes, I can
Yeah.
cut the gap real quick.
I love
do-
that.
I
I
sound.
love how visceral this is. This is just like 2 men just going at it.
Yeah.
I did it that way. Yeah.
This was one of my most favorite parts, like, from early on in the game.
And I love that, the stranger's going in there and trying to claw his eyes out. Like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm
gonna
actually,
win.
I'm into that detail of it, that he just keeps going.
Yeah,
I honestly
he's
thought
not-
he was gonna get his eye. I was like, is Kratos gonna rock an eye patch the rest of the game?
It would have been very
He would be a
obvious.
fucking sexy pirate.
Would finally make me feel something.
Yeah, his whole thing about not feeling pain is very interesting.
Yeah, but I bet, he's gonna
Hi.
feel that in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, or it's like a chiropractor.
Oh yeah, maybe Kratos is a giving god and offers a
No,
massage.
yeah, it made him actually better later on.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I had a kink in my neck, and
He
thank
healed.
you, Kratos.
Yeah, thank you, Kratos.
He just simply passed out from, like, all the
Let's go,
relaxation.
buddy.
Yep.
So, do you guys believe that we encounter the stranger later in the game? Or have you guys...
I would guess just because anytime someone falls off a cliff
Without seeing the
and
body.
you don't see the body like absolutely torn apart,
God of War 3.
yeah, we didn't pop his head off, so like I'm thinking he's gonna come back.
Was he?
Pop his head off.
That's like what he does basically in
That's what I was
3.
saying when I was playing. It was like,
That's
alright,
true.
just take the axe just to the neck, that's it.
With
And
Poseidon,
just-
right? The first one, he like pops his head off. That's
Yeah,
all.
he does. Wait, no, he does it to the horses. Does he do
Okay.
I
it
know he does that to Medusas.
He does it.
Medusa.
No,
Without
a doubt, he walks around
he
with a head
definitely
on
does it to
his
one of the gods in 3.
To carry your ass
Apollo,
to the top
isn't it?
of the mountain.
I think it.
It
Yes,
is,
because
because
it's
he
the
carries
light.
the
Yeah,
light.
it's the light. Don't at me, please, for the love of God. I'm sorry.
It's been a
Apollo,
long day. people.
Poseidon is the one where you get to see Kratos kill him from Poseidon's perspective. That's the weird
Oh
one.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me, Kratos. Not an actual voice.
I
used in the
didn't know
game.
you worked on that game.
I do recall seeing Carlos Monroy in the credits.
Yeah, Poseidon, Carlos Monroy.
Without
Yeah.
you,
What can I say?
A man of many talents.
I mean, I'm very humble about things.
So I was playing because because I like playing, but also because I was trying to run us through to this part of the game
but
because
we
we
cannot stay.
were going to start from it, but then we ended up having to replay from the
We
beginning.
had technical difficulties that I will say are not my fault. I blame George.
I got here after the save was made. From my
Yeah,
understanding, Carlos saved over the save file.
that is what happened.
There's no clear confirmation.
There are
We
two,
saw it happen.
2 out of 3 of us confirmed.
I thought
I mean, but that's 2 out of 3. And when you see Trident
Right.
going on, the commercials, 10 out of 11 doctors, like, right? That's the dentists agree. No, I mean you gotta have all 11 for it to be fact, right? Isn't that the way it works? Don't you have to have 3?
No, I think the majority rules this one.
Is that? Yeah.
I wish we were recording at that moment, but
There is no proof.
But we're back, so we made it.
We did get to it
ran through the
fairly
first
quickly.
game. I think I ran
No.
through the first part of this game in like 30 minutes.
I say you did.
I'm gonna go.
Exactly 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
And yes, I will admit, at the end of the day, it was George's fault. I'm sorry. No, it's me. I'm sorry. It was me. I recorded over. I was a little nervous about the live stream, to be honest. But hey, it's on. It's here. What are you gonna do about it?
It's
We
chill.
got there.
It's chill.
So we've only lost an hour, but now you get the benefit of watching the beginning with
it's
us.
gonna be
Yeah.
a
No
long
spoilers.
trip.
pretty epic fight as well. So, I mean,
Yes.
I'm not complaining.
But
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing how far I can get in the stream time.
How did this
If
happen?
we're just running straight through. I think I can get past the witch.
Past which
I think so.
I
Or,
mean,
or
that
at
was-
least, to the scene. Past the end of the
Who
demo.
was he?
Hopefully, because the demo did end on a hard crash, and it ended
Well, no
in
one-
such an epic
Is
spot.
that a
they were
known
like,
fact? That
Yeah.
they ended it with the crash?
yeah, you just crashed. It's like game over. Thanks for playing.
So what it says is, demo over, thank you for playing, but the format of stopping the demo at that point is literally, they programmed it so that the game just crashes.
Yeah, so it just gets.
This was
stuck.
at
That's
Santa
to kill
Monica
people
Studios.
before.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is the industry
I'm
demo.
used to it.
Nice.
we do
Yeah.
what we must to survive.
So it was. I
Animals
mean,
are
because and they were talking
They're
about
food.
Yakuza. I'm sorry,
Driver?
Sega.
Oh, yeah.
They're
That
supposed to
That-
be
they leaked or they gave away their demo.
Yeah, so they did the
They're trying
demo
to survive, too.
for Yakuza
Close your
6,
heart.
I believe.
Yes.
And they
Oh, no.
accidentally didn't program the demo end.
Close your heart
Correctly.
to their desperation.
Yeah.
So if you downloaded it within a certain amount of time of the demo being released, you just got the whole game.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
You could just
Wow.
play the whole game.
Yep.
Which is just like, it's a bummer, you know what I mean? Like,
Were people that downloaded
Is this
early,
video
were they
all
able
this
to keep
time?
that demo, like the entire game?
I'm sure that
I think it was just media.
I bet
or
that. Well,
industry.
yeah,
Why don't you open it
I'm
there?
not sure about that, but
I
I
can
bet
get a better
that
look.
obviously if you signed in online or were connected to the internet, it probably deleted it automatically. Just 'cause
I'm sure
that's-
with an update.
Yeah, exactly. But like otherwise, if you stayed offline, there'd be no reason that you couldn't play through all of it.
Yep.
Wow.
Enjoy. And well, you know, that's a good lesson for Sony Santa Monica to not take that one on the chin.
That was yeah.
So hey, you know, more power to them to end it by whatever means necessary.
Yeah,
I'm glad they used it as an example.
Yeah. Thanks for fucking up, Sega.
Well, I mean, mistake happen. Leave Sega alone. They're trying their best.
Boy.
They're trying their best. Here's a new Sonic, maybe.
I mean,
Sonic Mania was good.
Nope.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Don't at me.
but
But it's still really all they have. That and Yakuza. Roll the bone, Sega. Let's see what you got.
Seriously.
wow, is that really all they have?
I mean,
That's all I could think of.
Name another one.
I didn't know this was a God of War and also fuck Sega stream.
I mean,
I
we
mean,
did.
it's God of War and period, right?
I mean, we did bash on EA, right?
And Ubisoft, I think.
We didn't know.
No, not yet. All right,
That
He
was-
wants,
that was
he
in-
wants to get there.
That was in the
we'll get
That
there.
was in the podcast.
Yeah,
maybe.
we still got an hour to get.
Sorry,
through
we're
this
not getting
stuff.
items. I keep.
We keep
it's
wanting
like
to
it's
get it.
instinct to get all the items in
It
the
is.
game.
It is. But you can get the health. More than
I'm
welcome
gonna
to.
get that. I'm at full health. But I'm gonna get it anyway.
I'm sure Carlos has a list of like just game companies to bash.
Yeah, I do. I go through them regularly.
He's hoping for improvement. Is
It's
what
the
he's hoping
best way
for.
to start
dialogue.
your own
Father?
Twitch series is by just
Will we see
bashing
others on
video
the
game
road?
I
developers.
know. Yeah.
Yes.
That's also a good way to get banned from
No,
bullshit.
you know the thing. I think that generally speaking, I'm less when I'm like talking about criticism for gaming companies. It's less the gaming part and more the company part.
You're right.
It's less about the developers and more about the people funding it, because it's like, you know, the funding is amazing, but they also pull a lot of the strings that make decisions that gamers don't enjoy. So
Microtransactions.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
And
So-
they're an unnecessary evil. And you know what? Kudos to Sony. Kudos to PlayStation. You could have done anything you wanted to do with the leveling up system. Pay $5 and you got this amazing
There's
armor
been a
and you
protection
didn't.
stave around
So
your arm.
congratulations
That's
for
true.
abstaining from the easy ploy
The
of
stave's broken.
microtransactions. But games that suffered from it, like
Yeah.
Cut those down.
Battlefront,
Even
I mean, Jesus.
even the
Yeah,
newest
that's
Assassin's
it.
Creed has
Tree
them.
she wishes
Yes, they
were
did.
higher.
Like, it
That
was
was
very
brutal.
unnecessary.
The newest Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Why'd
yeah.
you do that?
Okay.
Origins, as far as I
yeah.
know, I'm
It did.
pretty sure.
It did. I did play it.
But okay,
I
to
abstained from the microtransactions.
the point where it ruins the game, or just like the
No,
fact
it wasn't
that
for storyline progression, but there
No.
was, you know, like
There were perks to getting it.
Okay.
like yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, they gave you like a good weapon, a good armor.
Also,
Got it.
I just
You
want
can beat
to
the game without it.
Okay.
I just want to show this because Ruben showed it today. There's a little bird's nest over here that apparently the destruction team did include.
Yeah, so you can scramble your eggs all day, Kratos.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty epic. We both looked at
I
it
was
like,
like, "Are you serious?" Okay.
you can do anything.
Oh, and you know, we missed the area, but also all the icicles in the game are also
So,
you can destroy the icicles
how
as
long will
well.
it take to
Yeah.
get
So
to
if
the
you're in an
mountain?
area where you have
I
icicles
do
hanging
not
down, a lot
know.
of them are breakable.
Okay.
Before
You
winter
know,
falls?
just little fun stuff.
I do not know.
Just a tidbit.
Okay, well,
Basically,
The
showing that
polish,
you can destroy everything.
even my heart.
Kratos, don't kill another. And the next game, Kratos is gonna have a tuxedo and slap breaking hearts. Forget Drago.
He's already breaking my heart. He doesn't need a tuxedo.
That's true. That's a beautiful one right there.
Juggling is juggling is one of my favorite parts in this game to perfect. Because if you go between
Atreus hits.
yeah
Look,
that sort of thing.
right there.
And it gets real crazy later on when you've upgraded the cooldown for Atreus' arrows, and it's kind of like infinite juggle.
Yeah.
And you can get even like the heavy characters, which can be kind of annoying. You can get them in the stun lock,
Yeah.
and that's very useful.
I feel that was, almost inspired by Devil May Cry. That is a very Devil May Cry mechanic. I think.
Yeah.
But used well. But,
Well, no,
Yeah,
they've had it-
not even in a mean way.
I mean, they've had it since God of War 1.
right, but I mean, that was also inspired by Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Because if I recall correctly, the developers of Devil May Cry, Capcom, said that they were the kings of the industry. That no Western,
Yeah. So there was
Western
a
studio could do that.
Yeah, there was
So
a-
God of War said, yeah.
there was a cold shot from Japan saying that nobody could do what they did, and Sony was like, okay, and then they did it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a bit.
That was one of the things we learned about the history of the company, and sort of the idea of like, because God of War was like one of their first projects, and it was the first of that style for them.
Right.
So it was definitely sort of a chance, and it took a risk.
They
And
took
it-
a risk
and it
and
paid
won a
off.
reward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing journey. Even the PSP ones were very entertaining.
They were. The Ghost of Sparta, right?
And Ascension.
No, Ascension was on PS3.
Was it?
No, it was on PS3.
It was on PSP and then it was imported.
Ah.
That's right.
You're both
Yeah.
right. We did it.
Halfway.
And I was like, I need a reason to buy PSP. Oh, God of War.
There you go.
Play too.
Here's my money, Sony.
Yeah, they took it twice. God of War and Sony PSP.
Yep. They keep taking it. What is Xbox gonna do? Oh wait, no. CFD.
Is that what they're doing in your
I
spot?
mean, I have an Xbox and I haven't bought any Sea of Thieves.
I've heard it's a lot of fun, actually. To be fair,
Yeah.
but I've heard
I hear-
I've heard that it's way more fun with friends.
Yes.
Whoever is not
But so is
focused
PUBG.
should be yours, but
Yeah.
only when safe to do so.
And for that matter, so is
Roy.
Overwatch.
Over here.
And for that matter, I mean,
There is also Carlos's favorite Xbox game, which is
Is it
Fortnite.
You
Fortnite?
can read the
Fortnite,
writing.
yep.
anyone that knows me
That
knows
guy's
that I
always
do
sending me
not like this
invites, and I'm
game.
like, just stop, okay? Just stop.
No, no, you will not get my money.
Yeah,
He keeps
no.
saying that
Although,
PUBG is too realistic for him. It's just...
you know what? I did recently read that Xbox is going to be announcing brand new stuff at E3 this year.
Oh, new level on PUBG? Oh.
Yikes.
Here goes right here.
Please, Carlos, please, like,
Well, I mean, it is a
pump,
game
pump the brakes,
preview.
pump the brakes.
This is a
He wants to
PlayStation
take-
exclusive stream now, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because I banned us from Xbox.
Apparently, I'm not associated with
That is from what,
Microsoft.
Sega?
Please.
We're not getting shit from Sega. We're not getting shit from Xbox.
So what's next, Nintendo? You
No!
wanna Bash on them next?
You know what? Fucking leave Mario alone. He's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, I mean,
Link ain't doing so bad himself.
I'm
He's doing fine.
loving that game. I have so many hours logged into Breath of the Wild.
Wow. Is that more or equal to The Witcher?
No, Witcher I have so much more.
Oh no, mine.
Yeah.
Did
The
we
Witcher
get-
is probably by far one of my favorite games.
Do I have to get this chest?
Until God of War came out.
Yeah, my main focus has been God of War now.
There's not many games where I can like be playing one and think like, you know what, I'm gonna play this again. And God of War has kind of scratched that itch for me. Like what would you say? Maybe I'm halfway, quarter of the
Through
way.
this game?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from like Googling how long
far
this
we
game.
are, yeah.
Not how far, but like how long the game is itself. Like I don't want that to be ruined for
What,
myself.
I think I'm in
Yeah.
realm 2. I don't know how many. An assumption I'm making is 9. But
I am not making. I think it's way fewer than that.
that's true. And you know, this could be just margin of error. I'm wrong typically.
Not yet.
But I think that there's still a lot of story to be had, and I'm so excited for it. Like this
Hang on!
Every time Atreus is in trouble with Kratos, I make him sprint.
yeah, same.
Stay calm!
Save my son.
Almost
Honestly,
there!
it's canon. We've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, that's true. We also have seen, you know, the negative side of, you know, Kratos not being able to protect.
Well,
those-
yeah, that's spoiled.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Your haste will cost us.
Sorry, guys. If you guys haven't played 1, 2, 3, and are just jumping into this one, well, go ahead and Google. You're fucked.
There is a lot. There is definitely. I mean, because you don't need to know any of it for this game, but I feel like it definitely adds
definitely
some aspects.
Yeah.
Gives you a much better understanding of who Kratos is.
Yeah, well, also, incidentally, if you haven't noticed, if you've been playing this game and you haven't noticed yet, that they never say his name.
I didn't notice until
They've
you
all.
yet
mentioned
to
that.
say his name.
They have yet to
Yeah.
say his name because it's potential that nobody is here and alive that knows him.
Accuracy over speed.
They're aware of who he is, though.
They know of him, they know of like the fact that he's like a powerful being,
And he's being baseless.
but nobody knows his name because, I mean, Atreus just called his father, so there'd be no reason to. Ooh, hello.
And George just calls him daddy.
Much.
Damn!
I mean,
It's out there now. It's on the internet. It's there forever. Make peace with it.
that was the first thing Carlos picked up his Mason edition. Was like, Cincinnati.
Daddy. Right. But I was Daddy in that reference. The game was...
Until you booted up the game, you're like, oh crap, I gotta pass that torch along to Kratos.
Oh yeah, no. Kratos definitely is the Mac Daddy of this. I mean, I'm so glad Kratos is back though. I never... After Ascension, I didn't think, you know what, Kratos is gonna be relevant this generation. God damn, am I wrong? I'm so happy to be over.
Well, the last game of the series was God of War 3, right? Or did they continue with, or Ascension was after?
I think Ascension was between 1 and 2.
What about Ghost of Sparta?
That was prequel.
Okay. No man, in terms of year of release. I know the last thing that they did do was simply do a God of War 3. Okay, it wasn't the God of War 3 remaster on the PS4?
That was also, yes, I believe so. No, I could be wrong. I believe everything. Aliens exist.
Sorry, it's crackdown time. I could not talk during that.
Like, oh, this got serious. I can't die.
It does though. Well, yeah, that's true. And I'm a fool, so.
That has no relevance. No relevance whatsoever.
Okay, you've never been on Twitch, apparently.
Oh.
Is that better?
Listen, there's no reason that a girl gamer is not better than a guy gamer.
You heard it here first, folks. Girls are better.
I did not say that. But I'm saying that there's gender.
I know there's a
no.
pretty easy way to come to that conclusion. Just throw on multiplayer afterwards.
Oh damn! You heard that? Maybe
Yeah.
behind the scenes look
Cold shot.
of who's gonna play.
I'm not doing multiplayer.
It could be George and Caitlyn, or it could just be me and George. George
Though
would be
I will
female.
say that at least as far as this game goes, I did prove myself earlier before we
She
started
did.
streaming.
She did, guys. Oh my god.
It's a little bit spoilery, and I didn't have to talk during it, so it's a bit easier, but yeah. In this game, the ranking of enemies is, if they're purple, they're like they're a harder level of enemy. And they're very common later on, and I think I faced like 4, plus a special enemy, and at the same time, and it was very stressful.
Oh yeah, and what we did is we were kicking them off before we got to the, I guess, the mini boss of that area.
The optional boss.
Yeah, and Caitlyn was just like, you know what, fuck this. And
It
just
was
went-
an accident, actually.
I'm trying to make you seem
I want it to be clear that I wasn't doing it out of
Threw her
pride.
axe a little too far.
Yeah, it was either my attack or one of the fire area of attacks woke up what is basically a mini boss in the area.
Yep.
And then I had to face it and also like 6 enemies at the same time, and it sucked.
I mean, you did it though.
I did do it.
Yeah.
I did do it, and it was my second attempt. And the first time in that area, I did die, and it wasn't because of the mini boss, or it wasn't because they were all together. Like I faced them as 2 separate groups, and I did die. So I guess it's like working under pressure, you know?
I mean, I know I got my ass handed to me when I tried.
And I did too. So, just to say, going back to it, girl gamers can be better.
I also just want to cover myself for all of this because it hasn't been the best.
I think it comes, you know, like, in sparing moments. We've all had bad gaming sessions. I know I've played PUBG with George and had completely shat the bed.
Oh, I would be awful at PUBG. I would be very, very bad at
Well,
it.
then you were fitting great with George because George has
PUBG
a
is
knack.
all luck.
No, it's not all
literally
luck.
all luck.
It is not all luck. It's listening to fucking direction. And it's sticking together.
My boy!
You better
You know,
kick
that's the first time I've seen that mortar go off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've only seen that. I've actually seen it again in this area,
Same.
my first time playing through, and that's the
I
only
didn't even know that
time.
could happen.
the demo, right?
No, it was when I was playing after release in this
Oh, really?
area. Yeah, I never saw it in demo.
this area.
I guess I just haven't fallen victim to having him captured.
You're cool, George.
You are cool, George. I think it might be a heavies thing that they like grab him, but I could be wrong.
You hear that?
I bet it happens way more on higher
We
difficulties.
will see.
I could see that because then it would take Atreus out of the fight.
Are you guys ready for me and my worst enemy type?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Hopefully, I mean, I can do it. I haven't died to them yet.
Well, you haven't died, period, so
That's true.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, You're off to a good start.
Yeah, I just gotta get the jump.
It took me one death to like, okay, I need Atreus to help me.
You know what? I want to
Also-
see a baseline of this afterwards. Let's have George go down the stairs. Yeah. Once you're done with this enemy, let's see,
Oh,
let's
yeah,
see how
sure.
George handles.
I'm trying to recall what to expect.
That's why I don't think you've encountered it, so I'm curious to see you go down there. Just a baseline.
Oh, no, I do recall. And the way I beat him was,
Chip damage.
yeah.
I knew you would! I knew you would!
How was you thinking about chip damage as well, I'm sure?
No, I waited till Atreus ran out of arrows and then I would charge in there.
So, like, who are we talking about?
Yeah,
I feel like I
okay.
can't think about it because I'm in the middle of fighting my least favorite enemy.
Well, you're almost done. You're doing good.
So, you know, I
it
would
was
do
a
chip
purple heavy.
damage.
This is the first time you encountered the purple.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see how you would handle them.
Who?
Who we're about to go through.
Oh no, I signed you up first. Alright, so Caitlyn has gone about almost an hour without dying, and let's see if George can fuck that up in 5 minutes.
I mean,
It
I
is the beginning
can.
of the game. We're only on. It's up, not. It's. You have to. Yeah.
Let's
I mean,
go.
I'm a betting man though, so I'm taking wagers on George dying. If he ankle bites, George will live.
Oh my
But
god!
at
I've
what
never
cost?
been down here.
Really?
Finally, I got
Okay.
one on you.
Wait, now,
sister.
wait a second. You gotta let me do it because I've
Go
never
for
been
it,
down
then.
here. Okay.
So we'll get the next one.
No,
Well, let's see what
George-
she.
you're
we'll-
taking
we'll-
this
we'll
as an
see.
L.
George is
No,
off.
no.
George is off the hook.
George is off
She
the
says
hook.
she has not been down here, so we'll see how she handles this. Because
We saw
I'm
her
really
killing ancients.
curious. I'm really curious because I know how I would handle this.
Yes, chiefly.
I see the results. It'll get done.
You get results like people that get plastic surgery and say that they went on a diet. That would be your kind of results.
No, she's already doing better than I would.
Well, now that you've said that, though.
There's a level of
me?
expectation. Okay, Caitlyn can play. She gets in there. Look at that. Axe to the face.
Yeah, you just have to remember that for most attacks, the dodge will almost always save you from it. It's not like you have to dodge a certain direction. It's kind of like Bloodborne.
Yes,
Ah,
very much so. Or, what they said was...
Bloodborne
they
is
said
harder. In my opinion.
shots fired.
No. That's not actually. That's not an insult on either side. I'm not very good at Bloodborne. I
Take her out, John. Take her out.
I do think I'm getting pretty good at this game in general. That's the difference.
Absolutely. I
I
mean,
can't get Bloodborne for some reason.
you had that no problem. George and I both struggled.
it took me like about an hour or two just to get like adjusted to using R1 and R2
This
and
is really
like dodging.
Yeah, this
like
is really early for an enemy like that. So you know, it happens.
I mean, it took me like 2 tries, but I took him out.
Yeah, it took me 2 tries as well. The first time I faced him, at the demo, it was a one-hit kill, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I can't take damage during this fight. Cool, thanks, Dark Souls.
Follow me.
Yeah. Well, I did it, boys.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt.
I hate this fucking guy down here. This guy scares the shit out of me the first time I played this game.
Or
Or I can, and then bash his head. He explodes. Okay. Would either of you like to take over?
George, go for it.
Are we doing? We're running through, right? We're not
Yeah.
running through.
No loot, no loot, and only running through.
Okay, I kind of already forgot. I'm gonna do already this.
You're gonna be
That's
great.
good.
You're gonna be great.
I don't believe in you for
I
this
believe in you.
game.
Half and half. Do you want to talk about winning the condo?
I wish we had.
No?
Pull it up,
Of course.
pull it up.
You will stay out of it, boy.
So,
Speak no
let's
more.
keep going down with our visit of what we were able to do there.
Yeah.
So, we left off with seeing the storyboard, then we played the game, and then once we left the game, John took us over to the destruction area,
Yes.
where we met the director of destruction, as I've aptly named him, Ruben Morales.
Yeah.
And
He showed us a really cool reel of work.
yes,
wow.
he showed us, and which he showed again today at the movie. So he was actually playing God of War in a movie theater.
Yeah. There's a movie theater in Chino
Yes.
that will let you rent out a theater to play a game in it, and it's $100 an hour.
Wow.
And it was a really cool experience.
Yes.
That's good to know. Now we know what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I was like, we were filming an episode here for sure. But we were fortunate to see a reel that he put together of all the artists that were able to contribute to certain fights. And boy, when he showed it to us at the Kratos, experience,
Yeah.
we were just like floored because there's so much. Like John was like, you can't talk about the stranger fight. That's what the movie is for. And we're like, okay. And Ruben comes in here and shows us, can't talk about it, but shows us some really cool stuff. And
sort of like accidental spoilers. Like we weren't gonna say anything, and some of it was really easy to miss.
Yeah.
But it was a demo reel of some of like the destruction team's best work.
yes,
And so it was throughout the game.
it was the greatest hits as I've aptly
Yeah.
mentioned it because it was the stranger hitting. Guys, I make terrible puns. That's all. Wait, this is my home.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Call it a night.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
This show is just me and George now.
We're gonna wrap it up, man. You embarrassed everyone.
that's okay.
Ooh, nicely done. So the thing about the pathway that this enemy does is that it follows you.
Yeah, you can't really escape.
Yeah, which it took me a while to get used to the idea of really having to wait for the last second to get away from it.
Yeah, you have to resist the urge to roll.
Exactly, to go, because it's not going to work otherwise. So we went to Ruben,
We went to Ruben. He showed us this fucking amazing reel.
and that was great.
Yes.
And we had lunch with a few level designers,
Yeah.
and also combat designers. So what's his name? Who did these?
Oh God.
I know.
Penny?
No, I don't think so. Maybe I'm
But we were sitting at lunch with this guy, like 3 dudes.
wrong. Yeah.
Like one was a level designer, the other one was an animator.
I think that 2 of them worked on first level design, and the third guy was combat.
Yeah.
And when they introduced themselves, the guy who worked on combat just said that he worked on combat.
I do this.
He was a combat designer. And then one of the other guys was like, he's being modest. He designed the combat motions of the axe.
Wow.
So we had
Yeah.
lunch with the guy who did all of it.
Fluidity of this
Yeah.
fucking
So much work.
Yeah, and like after we finally found that out, all 4 of us were like, why didn't you say that specifically? Because that's amazing.
There will be more.
Yeah.
We were there. There were 4 of us. It was us 2 and our two guests, and so we all had like really varying levels of video game experience and also God of War experience.
Right.
And like all 4 of us had a really good time with the axe design that like he made.
Yeah, all of us liked it.
Yeah.
You did it.
And so the fact that it just is fluid enough and easy enough to pick up that people who have no experience with it could dive into it and enjoy it was really
All
amazing.
these dead.
It was. It was. But the dude was so humble about it.
He was
He's like,
so humble.
that after it came out that he designed the fluidity of the axe, he was just kind of like, oh yeah, no big deal. Like, yes, it's a big deal. It's the whole fucking weapon.
Yeah,
that
if it didn't work, the game wouldn't work.
Like that's the entire game.
Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, no big deal, no whoop.
Yeah, but like, it was also, when we were talking to him, we also talked about the fact that when they first designed the axe, it was a lot simpler than the one that we see in game.
Wait.
Yes.
And so they apparently,
Went to the Home Depot across the
there's
street.
a Home Depot across the street from their studio. And they apparently just went there to like get an axe to be able to model it, and so like the original axe is like jokingly referred to as the Home
Oh my god.
because Kratos was just sort of walking around with like this regular axe with
Regular looking axe.
nothing, nothing special, like a woodcutter's axe.
Yeah. But, what did he say about the axe? Home Depot specifically? Oh, that they went to swing it. They were going to...
Oh yeah, they
went
didn't
to
buy
Home-
it.
Yeah. They just went to Home Depot and swung the axe.
They asked if
in
they
various
could just borrow it and like in an area so they could swing it around and get a feel for how it moves. Which I just think is the funniest shit.
Yeah.
They just went and they didn't even buy it.
Yeah, they're just like, let's just check out how it swings here, yeah?
Yeah.
Here, take some... Here, hold my phone real quick. Just meh, meh, meh. You know,
Oh, there it is.
he's probably making motions like he's killing someone. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
He's so worried.
In the Home Depot, just like
Yeah.
on like the paint swatch aisle or something.
Yeah, you know, right?
Like, what's this guy doing over here? Is he?
Or doing the spins of Kratos.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
just imagine that?
Oh no, a trance!
He's like, all right, how many swings can I get in before I get tired?
Yeah, not as many as Kratos, I don't think.
I don't think so. Well, he is a god, so. I forget the god of what, but he's the god of something.
I think it's like agriculture?
Baldness?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, war, right? If I recall correctly.
Maybe. This was such a touching moment when we first got to play it. Because the whole time you think Kratos is this cold, distant asshole. And then you see him just grab Atreus because he's affected after his first kill. And like lovingly puts his arm around him to comfort him.
Close your heart
That's,
to it.
you know, that shows leaps and bounds in the development of Kratos. Kind of speaking to his maturity of this subject.
We
Yeah.
have a long
I mean, his response is still close your heart to it, so it's still a little bit like brutal,
Yeah.
but there's definitely care in there. It's just like, it's this caring in a way that Kratos can be.
The only way
Right.
Kratos can care.
Yeah. Is by making sure that he can survive.
Hashtag Kratos cares.
With a K.
With a K. 2K!
Okay, have you told people about the hashtag?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
So, after we played the demo, we went into a like pretty much living room at Sony Santa Monica. Remember that? Like it was set up like a tiny living room. It was so awesome. And we played the game on the same couch with fucking Corey.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I like made sure you got to sit next to him.
oh,
I was
thank
like,
you
I'm
so
gonna sit
much
over
for
here
that.
so
Like, I was
Sit.
It was like a puppy.
Yeah.
I was so lost in my bewilderment of Corey, and I'm sure he saw me hanging on to every single word. But so we got to, I guess, hear from his experience of like what
We must find
the
a way out.
development of Kratos was to him,
Yeah.
and how he based off the story of Kratos and Atreus as a
Find
journey
something to
of
pull me up.
Corey and his son. So
Okay.
I started thinking about that recently, and you know, to gift your son a masterpiece, like that's fucking epic, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good way to put it. Although I don't think his son is old enough to play it yet, maybe?
I mean, he's a Barlog, so
Okay.
you know,
That's a good point.
he oozes, you know, just I must destroy.
No.
But you know, like just thinking about that, like you make a game for your son, and you know, or inspired by your son, and it turns out to be this, you know,
Atreus.
rated 95 out of 100
Jane.
Metacritic kind of deal right now, and hopefully going up. But as a son, that's such an accomplishment to say, you know, my dad
You're
thought
in
of
your
me
head,
when he
boy.
made this game,
Yeah.
and it's a
Go.
fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, and so
He
there's like a
would've killed
very
you.
like real and still constant like connection for Corey in this game. And so we talked about, you know, like are you gonna break our
Boy.
hearts? Like, are we gonna cry at the
To
end?
give up this
And
easily.
Corey said that like he still
So
cried at the
close
end
to the
after
start.
even after the first playthrough.
I'm not
So,
giving up.
like,
I can do this.
Now
I just have to,
you
you know.
So we discussed
Yeah.
that, you know, once you beat the game and you're emotionally touched,
during the credits when you're crying, you have to take just like an ugly crying selfie.
yeah, an ugly cry
Yeah.
of yourself, and hashtag it, cry for Kratos.
Cry for Kratos with a K.
Yep. 2 Ks.
Yeah.
Cry for Kratos.
And you have to send it to Santa Monica Studios and Corey so that they know
To be
it was
effective
exactly
in
as
combat,
emotional
a
as they
warrior
intended
must
it to
not
be.
heal
Yep.
for his enemy.
You heard it.
The
You heard it
Lord
here
is long
first.
Yeah.
and forgiving.
The hashtag cry for Kratos
Cry for
is
Kratos.
legitimate.
You must be
And-
on
I mean, I'm gonna use it. If no one
I mean,
if no
I'm
one else
gonna
does.
too. You know, I hope it's not you know, a terribly ugly cry, but
I
I'm
hope
an ugly
it is.
crier. I'm an
Oh
ugly
wait,
crier.
wait. I heard a raven.
So, Caitlyn had just put me on game earlier. There is an audio cue for ravens.
Am I hearing the beast? Is it too early? It's right there.
There you go. So it kind of has like a little.
It's like a
trill,
little chime
little chime.
right there.
So
You can.
can we say what they are?
Yeah.
short
As soon
one.
as you
The short
you kill it, it'll say what they are. Eyes of
There you
Odin.
go.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. So Odin has these ravens out. Ravens or crows?
Ravens.
Ravens. And they act kind of like a camera system for Odin.
Yeah. I guess.
Basically, the
watching-
eyes of
he's
Odin.
watching
That's exactly what it said.
Yeah.
He's
He's trying to
watching.
describe, and it's like it says right there.
Right there. Yeah.
Listen, some people need explanations, George.
That's true.
Because
I
she's
mean, we
scared
don't.
someone
I mean,
trees
I
on her.
we haven't even met Odin.
But
I haven't
but they've
met Odin.
I mean, not personally. No, I haven't had drinks with the guy, but I hope to one
Same.
day.
Ask those
Stop.
trees on the other side of
You
the
knew
road.
what I meant.
So he was a pretty cool guy,
He's
crazy
cool.
father, but you know.
Yeah.
Couple of knucklehead sons, but ain't no big deal. Ain't no big deal.
So just you gotta find the ravens, and a few ravens in my playthrough, I realized that there's a sound cue for them. It's very subtle. I've been playing with headphones, so it's really easy to like pick up stuff like that. So like if you're ever in an area, they're pretty consistent in every new area you get to.
And it's pretty hard for me to hear them because usually what I do is I play it very loudly and I scream with Kratos as he's doing this, weapon hits. I'm like, ah! That's kind of how I play. But everyone's different. I mean,
You pretend that you're in VR.
yeah.
We're missing the face painting that Carlos does while he's playing.
It's
Oh,
true.
yeah, it does
Yeah,
it's
he
true.
tries to actually
Full
become
makeup.
Kratos.
Yes, yeah. I do my best Christopher Judge impression.
A bit shorter.
A bit shorter, but you know what? It's a good effort. You know.
Yeah.
I've started, shouting at my wife, "Woman!"
Oh my god.
No, I
That's not
haven't.
funny.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, this is like a pretty serious turn right now.
all our viewers are just dropped.
Travis is
You're
very
gonna have all these
nice.
incoming comments like, oh, hey man.
Hey man, it's 2018.
It is 2018, Carlos.
What can I say?
So let's see.
What can I say? Don't have it die
All
hard.
right. Come, boy.
Are you still like game 1 Kratos?
Game 1
There's a
Kratos,
ring
yeah.
in the shape of
I
a
still got my
fork under
blades.
the grip.
That's a little in joke. Hopefully you guys will get through the game and know what we're talking about.
That was
I think you gave away a major spoiler.
No.
I got half of it right here.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Look, you want I should upgrade her?
We're saying that Kratos finds another woman. Oh.
Very well. I expected
I mean, he
improvement.
technically does. He does.
Oh,
he
I mean,
does
if it's-
find.
if
He
it's
does
too-
find a woman.
If it's who I'm thinking, then okay. That was kind of obvious then.
She's like the only
Where's
woman
the
in the
other
game
half of the brand?
Oh my
That we know
God,
so
brother.
far.
that we have so far.
But I got all the talent.
I want to say they're...
That I've met so
Let's
far.
get you
Well,
squared
no,
away then.
because I do know that there's another.
And the
Just
beast.
skip through it.
And
Right
Brock's
through it.
beast, I guess, is also a woman.
Fucking gratitude.
Fucking gratitude. We should triangle through that and hear their banter. I like Brock's banter.
I do. Brock is a great character. I
Brock,
definitely
yeah.
prefer... If you had to choose one brother, would it be Brock or Sindri? You can save one.
I can save one? Oh god.
The other one dies.
No, don't make me choose between my children. They're both great. I refuse.
Okay. I choose Brock.
I think you well, then I'm gonna choose Sindri because you guys are jerks.
Well, you know what? I like the little blue asshole. That's
No,
great.
Yeah, when he was talking to Archer, I was like, oh crap, he's like cussing at this kid. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just like,
it's very affectionate cussing for what it's worth.
It is. I like the part where he's like, I can fix that, you son of a bitch. I
Yeah.
started laughing out loud when we played it
Yeah,
both
cause,
times.
well, because Brock is the first character that swears in this game, and so it's just really
Yeah.
funny. And like, oh, like okay, they're going for modern swears.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
I see.
friends who were hiding in
There's
the
no
trees
covering
are
that
back
up.
for more.
I love him.
Give that action
He looks like a broke Shrek. A very cold broke Shrek. I don't know if that's the look we're going for, but I love it.
There's like such a weight to this combat.
There he is.
It flows really well, but like when you have contact, you can feel it. It doesn't feel floaty at all. The reactions are good. It just, I mean, it has to be, right, with a game like God of War.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was such a big battle that they had to keep. And
I got it.
Okay, I believe in you.
Oh no!
Yoink!
Oh, no!
yes, here we go.
Yoink!
Here we go. First step. First step.
Oh,
First
get that
step.
help! Get that help!
Out of it.
Don't get the help.
Yeah, get
Die.
the help. He's broken. Get the help. Now watch out.
Yeah.
Full
Oh,
health. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
I still believe in you. I believe in your ability to fail.
I'm gonna hand the next one to Carlos.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I do expect for him to die.
Yeah, I can play the game for 20 minutes without dying, bro.
Oh, that's really all we have left.
That's all we have left for
Okay.
our first
So
stream.
what else do we need to talk about then?
What-
So
what
why don't we
jamming in?
say the God of War experience itself at PSX, because your photo was
This road
pretty
leads to the
epic.
mountain.
Who? No, not mine.
No,
Caitlyn.
Mine's
Caitlyn's.
okay.
Caitlyn's was. Oh yeah, it's just okay. Just a girl shaving her
well,
head. No
okay,
big deal.
well,
no
it,
big,
well,
no
it
big whoop.
wasn't a big deal. Okay.
No big whoop.
So when we went to PSX, they had, if you were not familiar, the God of War setup was you could dress up as Kratos, you could get makeup to look like Kratos, and you could also shave your head there.
You can do all three.
Yeah, you could do all three. You could do any combination, and if you did any of those and then posed for a picture on their setup, which is of the boat that they have in game, then you could enter for a chance to win the Become Kratos contest. I did all three.
Yes, she did.
Because I decided to shave my head when I saw that it was available.
That was pretty epic. They're like,
I did.
that was
Everyone
one
was
topic for
talking about
everyone.
it.
They're like,
Everything
oh,
else
we
is
had one
fight.
girl in here. They shaved her head. We're like, what?
Yeah,
Like, we gotta see
it
this.
was me. A few more did the next day, which is cool. I was glad to hear about that.
But you were the trendsetter.
I mean, I don't even know if they knew. Like, I don't
No,
know
I
if
think
the
we
other...
probably spoke about it. She's like, all right, we gotta do this.
Well, okay, so fun story. My favorite part of that experience, there was a lot. Actually, I'm not gonna say my favorite part because there was a lot. But when I first went to get in line, they had just closed it to like catch up on it because it was full.
Yeah.
And I told the girl, I was like, can I get in line because I think I'm gonna shave my head. And she was like, you're gonna do it? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And she was like, yeah, get in line, get in line. So like, even though the line was closed, they let me in because I was a girl who was gonna go through and shave her head.
Metal!
I've actually wanted to shave my head basically my entire life, so it really wasn't,
They're like, all right, this makes it for me. Why not?
I mean, yeah, it was there. The joke is that, like, it was free, you know, it was free. And it was like...
I shaved her head for free.
Yeah, right? And the hairstylist was like a real, like, when I got to the chair, there was a lot of...
There was a
pictures
lot
being taken.
Yeah.
But I, like, turned really quietly to the hairstylist. I was like, you have to tell me right now, because she was, like, feeling my head shape and everything. I was like, can you... Is it gonna look really bad? Is this gonna look really bad? And she was like, no, you have like a great head shape. And I was like, oh, thank you. Cool.
Never heard that one before.
Well,
I'll
I
take it.
hadn't. I will take it, yeah. So it was a bit, don't do it.
I was like, what am I waiting for? I'm like, why is this not closing?
Yeah.
I wanted to see that first step. I've been waiting for it.
It's not gonna happen,
Not
man.
here, man. This is extra if you want to
we're not
get
losing.
Out of there.
Oh, this is extra. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us
Try and
die.
run through it.
You're extra.
I'm
Okay.
waiting to get to a very difficult part for Carlos. That way I can see him die. Because
I don't think we're gonna get to
I don't think we're
it.
gonna get to one.
But the experience, yeah. So and
Oh,
then
we're almost at it.
at the while I was getting my head shaved, Corey came out. Corey Barlog, the creative director, and he introduced himself as Corey,
So big.
and he was recording, and he asked me a bunch of questions, but he did not tell me that he was the creative director.
Humble man. Humble man.
So, like, a little bit later that day, when I found out that I was talking to the creative director, because I didn't know what he looked like,
For shame.
well,
I kiss a picture of Corey
I know
before I go to
you
sleep
do.
every
You
night.
pray
I'm
to
like,
him every night.
Good night,
From
Corey.
what I've seen at his desk, he does have a picture of Corey
Yeah.
at his desk.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's in character.
So what?
But I got to talk to Corey for like 20 minutes, and he didn't mention to me once that he was the creative director.
Humble guy.
And then
Most humble guy.
Afterward, when I was looking back, I was like, oh my god, like, what did I say? Did I say anything? Did I say anything bad?
You're like, shit, did I badmouth God of War? I'm like, fool.
I didn't back off God of War because I'm not an idiot.
I mean, you're
You wouldn't be
getting
getting your hair
shaved,
shaved
exactly.
for, you know,
I
a game
did
that
talk
you're just like,
about
whatever
at
about.
one point. I talked about how Kratos' design is like peak like masculine like power fantasy, and like how like his design for this game is like excellent. Like Kratos is extremely good looking in this game.
Yes.
And he was like, ooh,
What
like a
does it
little
say?
crush on Kratos, and I was like,
We too.
not old game Kratos, none of the other games. I said
A riddle.
to Corey Barlog's
Maybe
face,
there's a clue around it.
old Kratos is gross. I said, and I was like, oh, okay, like, great. I just said that to him.
Well, I mean, he took it a try, I guess, because he invited you back to the offices.
No, it's true, yeah, I did win, so that's cool. But yeah, so that was a day. And then after my experience was done there, and I actually met John that day.
Did you?
Yeah, very briefly.
Jelly.
He got my info and that sort of thing for the contest. Because I actually almost left without giving them my info.
No way.
Yeah, because in like the excitement of the situation, like nobody gave me the thing to like write my name and email down.
part's right.
And so John like actually like caught me before I left and had me write my info down.
I'm sure you probably won as soon as you said, I'm getting my head shaved.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing, right? Because we've actually talked about this. I kind of wish I knew for certain because it was supposed to be random. And
That's it. I see a
I'm
room.
fine with being a winner because
I mean,
I have this sort of like love-hate relationship with the idea that I won just because I'm a girl that shaved my head.
I think it's because you were the first one that did that.
I guess
Boy,
so, but I mean, then why didn't the
what
first
do
guy
those
that shaped
rooms
his head
say?
get it?
Oh.
Because it's not as impressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's the
we're
thing,
not
like,
going with gender.
no, I know,
yeah,
but it's
that
like,
is-
and I know it's like
What
far more
I
unheard
alone
of
can
for
never
a girl to
be.
shave her head, but it's just like, for
Right?
me, it's this
Use
very,
your
like,
knife and trace the
conflicted
rooms
thing
into
of,
the
like,
sand.
it wasn't a big
Really?
deal for me,
Didn't
but it
see-
was a big deal for everybody else around
And
me.
that's what I'm just gonna say.
So it's
yeah.
just like, for me, I was a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure how it was gonna look. But again, it was something that I'd wanted to do for a long time, and it was there, and it was at PSX, and I was like having a really good time and a really good day, and it was free. So
I
I
like
mean,
how that's the point. Like, it was free,
I'm
so
happy with
fuck
my
it.
bra.
Yeah.
and it was a really good time, and a
Free,
lot
so
of,
fuck
a
it,
lot of
hashtag.
amazing things came
is
from it.
behind
But it's
us
just sort of
now.
like, I don't know. I'm trying to get used to how I feel about it because it just wasn't. It wasn't as impressive for me.
So I'm
Boy.
curious, how was the reaction when you
These
went back home
traps.
that same day? Or
Actually, so I told my parents in advance that I was
Okay.
shaving my head because
But
I didn't want to jump that on them. They were not happy. But they were the only ones that weren't happy. Every single other person that I talked to was so down for the fact that I had done that. And really supportive, and it looked really good. It did look good. And yeah, so, and my parents got used to it very quickly and were like, it does look good. So
Okay.
I was right. It's fun. So the reaction was not too crazy. I think it's not exceedingly uncommon for a woman to have a shaved head now. So it's a little bit easier to like.
right, but I mean, in that moment, it was just like
It was really fun. There were a lot of people in line who were very, very supportive.
I was close to getting my head shaved, but then I was like, no, I didn't even get my face
He
painted.
lied. Yeah, he wouldn't get his face painted.
I posed for the photo though.
You know, I also have to say that I actually was pretty aware. I have my hair grows really fast. So it's been like,
You talk about me taking cheap shots. Look at this guy.
yeah.
Hey, we're just trying to get this done. You
No, take him head on. You want me to crap?
Oh,
I
okay.
know, I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm trying to run through it.
Oh, okay. Challenge made.
yeah, when he's already halfway.
This one's actually rough because a bunch of other enemies come in, so I'm not gonna dash you for it.
I will bash you for
You're
it.
doing great.
I want you to fail.
Of course, I want you to fail. This
Oh my
works out
god.
really good.
I'm really glad I'm sitting in the middle of you two, or else I feel like you fight.
I want to see this guy fail and die. That way he can be the first death so far.
No death today.
I'm curious on how many episodes we have to go through before one of us
If
dies.
you guys are playing Bioshock next time, you're gonna die
Yeah,
next time.
Bioshock is my game. I'm sorry, but no.
Okay,
I love that game.
You're like, it's not gonna happen, bro.
that's fine. I'm glad. I just think if it were gonna happen soon, it would probably be.
Be Bioshock.
Yeah.
Oh.
For me personally, it's not. When I'm in an area that has one main enemy and a bunch of little ones, I always try to get the little ones first.
Yeah, but the little ones respawn.
That's true. I just don't like having to think about them as well as the guy that's waiting around this photo.
I feel like they're the ones that do more damage.
Well, it's sort of like you find an opening with the troll, but then it's like as soon as you take the opening, you get hit by someone smarter.
Right. I do like the variety of trolls.
Well, they're all different.
Yeah.
They're all like specifically named trolls.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Corey said
they
this
talk
one was
about
the
that.
fire one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if we couldn't tell
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah, so all the trolls, they are, there's even been like a little video spot about it. They come from a specific culture. They come from, there used to be way more trolls, and then the gods came, and they messed that up. So now there are very few left, and they are all exceedingly angry. But they have their own culture, and their own mythology, and their own language, and we are slowing them down.
Yeah,
Here we
making them
go.
go extinct.
Kratos
Right.
wants no type of god to be alive, basically. That's what I'm
Yeah.
getting.
You meet one later, I won't tell you where, you meet one later who is trapped in a certain area, and you can choose to leave him or not. But if you haven't been there. But if you, neither of you have been there, because I found it.
Oh.
Oh, we're sorry.
We're having this off
Sorry.
camera.
You get there and you don't have to free him at all. And Kratos is like, we're gonna leave him. And then, obviously, because I'm like, fuck that, we're gonna fight him. You do, but then you find out that he's just really glad to die in battle as opposed to rotting in prison.
Hmm.
So
this one, does he actually speak?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to reveal how you find that out.
Okay.
But it's something you find out, and it's just sort of like, oh, that's a bummer. I think this is where we came from. Is it not?
Is it not? Yeah, it is. Then we see the troll.
That way. Remember the torches.
Oh, yeah. There's your visual cue.
So there's, yeah, it's pretty subtle. It's not like talked about, but there are visual cues for the correct path to take.
Boy, I hear your
In this
animal
game, they're
hand.
torches and flags.
Got it.
So,
It's like it's stuff like that.
Caitlyn with the tips.
Yeah, subtle stuff like
Caitlyn's
that.
tips.
Because I
Insert
get
the
lost.
rainbow here.
I get lost very
Yeah,
easily.
The more you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like for me, I'm always looking for. I do a lot of exploration in my own game, so I'm always looking for the paths that aren't marked, and then I'm able to better differentiate so I don't miss anything on my way through the main storyline. Carlos, you suck.
I know, when I was playing, I got him on my first try.
Leave me alone.
What do you think?
It looked weirder than
I
anything
got a
I've
completely different dialogue from this. I got like, congratulations.
Yeah, son, you
Here,
already.
take this.
Yeah.
You see the Master Sword?
Take my axe. Like.
He gave me the Chains of Exile.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Stay alert.
It's like, just, you have to sell your soul, you know?
Something else.
That was actually the first one I encountered, so I missed the first one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I should be keeping a better eye out for
I
these.
haven't gotten this one in the game, but I'm really hoping that you can like fully come back here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do. Well, I'm hoping that later in the game you do get like fast travel.
Yeah, I have a personal theory about something, and I think you will be going back to the house.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that you'll be going.
Plan on
Yeah.
that.
And this is, I'm sure, because I mean, it was already shown the whole fact of like staying away from the basement.
Yeah, there is that sort of thing, and you know, it's where her body was, and like it's surrounded by like the protected trees and like that sort of thing. And like when you leave the area, it's still very prominent on the map.
Yeah.
And so I think that we'll be going back there eventually. So if you missed it, I don't think it's the last time.
Yes!
Do not lose it.
So proud.
I got it the second time, folks. Not a cutscene.
Not a cutscene. Yeah, congrats.
I did it! So,
I
I think we should end. I mean, we're
Yeah.
coming close,
we're
but
almost, yeah.
I think we should end where the game
Boy.
ended for us.
The initial tech demo or the industry demo.
So we can just turn off your PlayStation really quick.
That's it. It's
The
Where?
Crash Simulator.
Call
Crap.
Atreus.
Where are you?
Where are you, Sean?
Sean! It's so hard to play without sound.
Heavy Rain.
Yeah,
Sean!
yeah.
There's a game called Heavy Rain, which is
Amazing.
heavily
What?
Well,
I love that game.
shots fired!
heavily choice based, and a lot of glitching issues in that game. And one of them is that there's a scene at the very end where your son's being kidnapped, and you're trying to find him, and you're having like the final showdown with the enemy of the game, the antagonist. And there's a glitch issue, or there used to be, where you could just continuously press square to have him call for his son Sean, all through the dialogue, in the middle of your own dialogue, and you could just keep yelling. Yeah, man.
How do you not like that game? That's bugging me.
I don't know. I didn't say that I didn't necessarily like it. I just said I don't know if
He
it's
doesn't.
amazing.
He's my friend.
I thought it was amazing because of the fact that it was one of the very
help
few
fix
games that I
this.
recall besides
Hold
Indigo
here,
Prophecy
please.
where choices
Hold, I
alter
said
the
he's
game.
losing blood.
It's definitely no. I'm not going to debate about
the
it
realm
being a
and shoot
pioneer
him.
for
You needed
the
food?
for the idea of it.
During practice.
I agree. It's a very important milestone.
Yeah.
Witcher did it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no,
Keep that
again, this
pressure
is
on.
like just setting it
Where's
off,
mine?
like
Yeah.
everything
Like
motion.
Heavy Rain is
Will he die?
I will not let
2008.
him. You.
I think
Arrow
maybe about a
current
year
hideaway
later.
inside.
I-
Find
yeah,
both
roughly around
ends
there.
and help
Early
them tighten.
PS3. And so it was definitely doing some things.
Start with the left side. Grab it and hold.
But
Witcher did it.
Yeah, again, afterwards.
No, they came. The Witcher 1 was on
Now the right side. Grab and hold the left
PC,
end
and then
of
it
the
was on
tideway.
360. Which
So
it
that
too.
would have been.
I remember
was-
Corey
Now
told
the
us
right side.
That was
originally they
You
had
need to
this
grab
like
and
little
hold
mini
good.
game of lining
Now
up.
pull them
Yeah,
together.
yeah. So
Line
you're
them
trying
up.
to line up his arteries. They don't call them arteries, but that's like basically what it is because there's a severed something. And apparently there was initially an actual full-on like mini game of having to do it, but it was like very difficult and very tense and kind of a weird pause in the game. So they
Yeah.
home is just finished it. They got rid of it.
I was honestly
Carry it.
expecting, I was like, oh, minigame.
Yeah,
But then I
right?
was like, press, I was like, oh, okay, guess not.
He must
But were you
have
okay with
died.
that?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm hoping that they have minigames similar to what they had in the original 3.
He seems
Do you recall
stable
what
and
they
calm
were?
for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they will not.
I'm sure they will.
I've asked
because
specifically. As specifically.
Was that your first question? Like, hey, before we start this
Top
tour,
5 for sure. Was it not? I mean, Caitlyn, you were there.
We did definitely. I don't remember that specifically. We definitely talked about side quests and like if they were in and if they were going to be like important,
Yeah.
as opposed to just sort of like fetch quests.
That
Yes.
bow's a
Yeah.
little big for you.
That was one of the things that Corey
What
talked
amazing.
about was trying to keep the game,
Instead of going to.
trying to
I've
keep the
never
game
seen one of
important,
these bowls.
so that there's like sort
Who
of
hasn't
minimal,
Downtime.
yeah, minimal downtime, minimal like
She's dead.
agony over having to go
Taking
back
her
and
ashes
forth
to high school
over
grounds.
things that aren't really important.
It was
Right.
the last
You
wish.
know, all the side quests so far that I've gotten that have
Sorry.
required actual like a process of going through like a dungeon sort of thing have all been from characters who like you see frequently and have a sort of storyline going. So they're not just like one-off unimportant things.
Okay.
We're here.
You live in
I
a
thought this
state?
part was pretty amazing.
Not
Yeah,
in-
it is.
Like,
Well, this
visually,
is
it was.
coming up to where
Heavenly!
we stop the
Were
game.
you
Yeah.
able to actually see all this stuff?
Yeah. This
And
is-
so in the demo, the little
I'll
this
pause
guy
it right when
would
it-
yeah, he would come up and you would get like a full view of him, and then it would just go.
Thanks for playing.
This is the end of the demo. Like,
We're like, what?
Okay, great, amazing.
So that's exactly where it ended,
Yeah.
and pretty much almost exactly where we're ending it for us today. So kind of fortuitous that I fucked up and overwrote this,
Well,
but you got to play what we got to play, and that's pretty epic. Though
Yes.
you didn't get to hold the camera that Davi held.
yeah, we got to do a little bit of camera work with Dory.
Dory, sorry.
That's
yeah.
okay. I got
I'm so
you.
sorry.
I got you. And we went because they had a little handheld system rigging for the camera system that they used, and we got to take it through the funeral pyre scene. So as he's
Mm.
walking out with the body
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he lights the fire and everything, we got to
Follow
do
Kratos.
our best to film it in
Wow.
our own way.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It's
It's
really
fucking
cool.
epic.
That was a cool process, yeah.
But like going back and playing the game after we had filmed that, like I realized I was totally.
Oh
off.
my god, yeah, and we were very bad at it. And
We
it
all
was-
thought we
it-
did good.
It was
So,
heavy, and it's just hard to move really steadily, and because that's sort of, you know, Dory talked about the fact that it was what we were doing plus an extra like 40 pounds.
Hmm.
So it was, and it's generally sort of at least partially free holding with your
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah. So we asked him like, what was the technique? How'd you have it so still? And
Yeah.
he's like, I just held still.
Yeah, practice. Sort of
Fucking,
thing.
fucking
Like,
epic.
basically, get
You
better.
got real.
Yeah.
You got, I mean, yeah,
He-
get
he
good.
basically, get good. That's what he
Yeah.
gave us. He's like, get good.
I mean, he is sort of like, that's exactly his career. So
Yeah.
I think he definitely has a little bit of advantage, but it was.
Just like
Yeah, his work is amazing.
it is. I mean, it's totally appreciated in this game. Like it.
No cuts. And we
No
didn't
cuts.
die, so no cuts.
I know.
Yeah. The whole.
Not yet. Not yet.
No. We're stopping filming in like just a minute.
Unless we can die in the menu, I think we're good.
Yeah. Imagine just Kratos. You are dead.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
you.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the fuck you's good.
That's how it would end, right? Like,
Yeah.
just like, all right, okay, thanks. Game over. I guess I'm just gonna throw away the disc now.
Yeah. I think we basically covered everything.
I think we, for the most part, we did. Again, like I'd love to thank Sony Santa Monica for the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
An incredible thank you and huge, thank you to John, Corey, Shannon, Ruben,
Everybody that we met
Raph,
was really,
Dory.
really kind.
Sorry, Dory. Everyone was fucking amazing. Thank you for, letting us experience this before, anyone else could.
Yeah.
And thanks for, introducing me to lifelong friends.
Hey, it's me.
So, yeah, that would be her.
It's me.
So, and John.
And John.
And John.
Yeah.
John is, just the coolest.
John's one of the community managers, and he was our main contact
Yeah.
for the entire contest situation, and he was the one who took us around the studio, and he just was like so happy that we were happy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's part of his job, but he was just a really genuine, like,
He was so genuine about
wonderful person.
it. Yeah. So, thank you guys. Thank all the viewers that we got. You know, appreciate you guys for tuning in for our first episode.
It's fun.
Thank you, Caitlyn, for joining us.
Yeah, of course, it was fun.
Thank you.
George, thanks for being here.
Welcome.
This was you know the first maiden voyage of hopefully more episodes in this season, and we hope to see you again next time.
Yep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
With that, see you, losers.
Bye. Oh. Only microphone audio is being.
Imagine. Says something really